As you go about choosing a piece of cardio equipment to complete your workout program, it's essential that you are selecting properly for your needs, your goals, and of course the overall preferences. Not all cardio equipment is created alike. Each offers its own benefits and drawbacks, so understanding these will be utterly important. When looking at the stationary bike versus the treadmill comparison, there are some marked differences to know about. The treadmill burns loads of calories, provides intense workouts, but puts you at a high risk of injury in most of the cases. The stationary bike sure doesn't burn as many calories, but provides great strengthening benefits and has a limited risk factor. So which should you choose? Let's start with the gist. Coming to the treadmill, the main pros here are burning high number of calories when running or walking, especially on an inclination. It also offers variation of speed and inclination, and hence the exercise has a larger range. And coming to the cons, it has a relatively higher or probably one of the highest possibility of injury risks, especially of the knee or the back. The inclination wherein provides a broader range also adds to the risks. The treadmill has always been the high impact kind, so it has always been harder on the joints. Moving on to the stationary bike, the pros are it has a lower total risk of injury, although it's not completely free of risks, but overall injury risk is much lower. It strengthens the lower body muscles, may help you build strength if high enough resistance is utilized, and of course it's non-impact, so it's easier on the joints and tougher on the muscles where you need it to be. Moving on to the disadvantages, it doesn't quite burn as many calories, the upper body is almost not involved at all, and there may be butt pain resulting from the sitting on a tiny little seat for prolonged periods. So there you have it, that's it. Let's roll credits. What? You want more? Okay, we get it. So first, coming to burning of calories. In order to lose body weight, you need to burn more calories than you consume. So any exercise that has you burning plenty of calories is going to be great for helping assist with the weight loss process. The more calories you burn in a given time frame, the more beneficial the exercise actually is. So here, no questions asked, and the treadmill wins. When jogging or walking at a high inclination using ample pace, you can burn up significant calories, which lends very well to creating the deficit required for fat loss. With the bike, however, even if your rate is intense, you burn around 30 to 40% lesser calories when comparing directly. Moving on to injury rates, you might be thinking how likely you are to get injured when using either of the two machines. The treadmill is unfortunately going to win here, or lose may be a better way to put it, since it is not only high impact, it also comes with the chance of toppling off by a multitude of possibilities, including but not limited to missing a step, slipping, losing balance, and so on and so forth and what have you. Well, you may laugh it out, but you can never eliminate the chances, given human nature is prone to errors every single second. With the bike, these injury risks just don't exist. The three primary injury risks you will face on an exercise bike are butt pain, of course again from sitting, then comes the knee pain due to the consistent circular rotatory motion, and back or shoulder pain from being hunched over for, again, the prolonged period. There might be another risk involved. In case your stationary bike loses its stationary status, you risk slamming into your neighbor's house, but we believe that will not be a matter of concern if you have friendly neighbors. If not, well, good luck. All jokes aside, this list is quite short and generally very manageable if you take the right approach. Ensuring sufficient days off during the week will help minimize the chances of knee sores, and using good posture while you bike and considering a massage for your neck and shoulders are both very wise to help minimize the pain and discomfort. Treadmill injuries are simply more severe and less avoidable, so if injuries are a concern, this would likely lead you to choose the bike over the treadmill almost as a whole. Coming to the next point, an important element of seeing continual progression with your workouts is constant variability. Basically, you need to change something around with the workout regularly, otherwise the body adapts and soon it stops responding entirely. Instead, you just maintain the status quo. So which machine offers the best variability, you ask? Well, it's an even playing field. With the bike, you can increase the speed or you can simply increase the resistance. With the treadmill, however, you can also increase the speed at which you run/jog, but in addition to that, you can also increase the inclination. This allows you to go from walking to jogging on plains to mountains. Finally, coming to ease of use, both of these require natural movement patterns you have likely done time and time again your whole life, except the possibility of someone to have never ever ridden a bicycle. But on the contrary, the treadmill does take a bit for some people as they learn the feel of the belt moving beneath them with their actual position held at a place in a global perception. Yes, we have had people having trouble to get used to these since the human brain makes fun of us in mysterious ways. The bike is usually just a hop on and go type of machine, so there's no learning curve even for people who have never ever ridden a bike. No offense to them in any possible way intended here. Moving on to the cost of maintenance, when looking at which machine has the potential to break down more often, the treadmill comes out as the more obvious contender, considering it is the automatic/electric kind and not the manual one. There's a lot that can go wrong with the belt, the motor, the ability of inclination, especially if it is also electronically controlled, than there is with the bike. And if the bike is the electrical kind, which mostly isn't necessary, points of failure get almost equally monumental in count. So if it is the manual kind, the stationary bike rarely ever breaks down, so it's uncommon to need servicing. Hence, as servicing will add to the total cost of maintaining the machines, this may be something that you really do need to consider for a post-buying experience. Finally, coming to the space requirements or the footprint of the respective machines, we can clearly see the bike is the winner here. It just takes up less room than treadmill does, and if you are exercising in a tight space, you'll probably find the bike is more suitable. This said, do keep in mind if you are getting a folding treadmill, it is only going to take up space when unfolded, so that may be an option to overcome this problem. But remember, the whole space is still required if it is intended to be used and not just crammed into a corner. Just trust us, it's heavy, moving it always might not be an option. So the final question, the ultimate question, that is which to choose, the stationary bike or the treadmill? Well, we absolutely lean towards the stationary bike due to its ease of use, the reduced or very limited risks of injury and greater machine durability and hence lower costs post-purchase, and also the overall pricing. But if maximum fat loss in the shortest possible period of time is your goal and you feel you can be careful enough to avoid injuries, then the treadmill may be a better choice, or probably the best choice. Then again, there is the elliptical one, which will probably give you a lot of advantages that a treadmill does, but also have a lot more advantages. So we recommend you check that video out in case you haven't already. So that's it. And what's your bet on? Do let us know in the comments below, and until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and stay tuned for more.